on this cutaway what I had to do. And listen, we were catching fish. When I say we, you saw my buddy Shelly with me. We were catching fish in multitude of different ways. And I want to show you guys this. See, I had to cut all my jigs and my plastics off. Those are the 2-inch because it looks like they want smaller plastics. Now, another buddy of mine was out trolling with these same ones and he was catching. So my point is you can catch in multitude of different ways right now. Okay, all you got to do is just get out there. Okay, and I want to unequivocally, I want to say this to you. If in fact that you don't go fishing, you will not catch fish. It is 7:15 a.m. October 12th. You can probably see some of the trees turning. Matter of fact, let me lean you back so you guys can see some of the trees. We're in fall. We're in October. Now, I want to explain this to you guys. I really and truly don't expect, I wasn't expecting the big ones to come out until end of October. We're in the middle of October, but when I say end of October, I'm talking about towards the 20s, okay? The 20-something. Let me turn the camera so you can see my buddy Shelly. He's over there fishing right now. You guys see him way over there, right? Okay. So he's fishing Crappie Point. That is where I catch about 80%. I film about 80% of my videos over there where he is. So I'm gonna let him have that spot, and I'm going to go down to another spot. Okay. Let me see if I can turn you around so you can see. We're going to another spot which I already got a marker down. Okay. They're in about 9 feet of water, but they're suspended at about 6 feet. If you guys hadn't figured out right now, the magic number for me is 6 feet. That's where I catch most of my crappie. You see that marker? I don't know if you guys can see that marker way back down there, right where that dock is, right where that dock is. Okay, you can see the marker. And look, I got my buddy's rod holder. Look, let me see if I can pull you down so you can see. I want to make sure I got you guys real good. I got my buddy's rod holder. This is not mine, okay? And my man Shelly's using mine. Whenever Shell comes, he knows how to fish. So I give him everything that he needs. All right, so I don't have to babysit him. You guys have a fishing buddy that's like that. You don't have to babysit him. You let him do his thing because the brother knows how to catch fish. Okay, so I'm not familiar with this rod holder. Okay, we're using a different rod holder today, and we're going to see if we can have some luck. And listen, I have mentioned to you guys, I don't know how many times I've been screaming from the Raptor with you guys. You got to get you a long rod. 9 foot, 10 foot, 12 foot, 13 foot, whatever you use. I live 9 and 10 foot. Okay, everything that you see that I'm using here, including my 1/32, I'm going to do a cutaway. I'm going to show you my equipment later on. Okay, I'm going to do a cutaway. So I'll make sure that you guys have everything you need. And remember this, everything that you see me using today, I've downsized to the 1/32 hook number 2. Right down there in the description. You can pick it up. Right down there in the description. So you don't have to wonder, you don't have to, well, what's that cam using? Dude, I'm going to show you during the cutaway. And listen, when you see it, right down there, it automatically has the hyperlink. All you got to do is click it, put it in your cart, and check out. I accept all forms of payment. Okay? So you don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about Cam not being in stock. Cam got it. He's ready to roll when you are. I want to say this to them. I'm going to do an intro for the people that don't know me. Guys, I am an avid crappie fisherman. I've been doing YouTube now for 12 years in April, and I'm just like you guys. I'm just like you guys. I'm not any different, okay? The only thing is, I grew up crappie fishing, and I decided to design my own crappie gear, okay? Because I saw some of the stuff. You'll never hear me bash anybody else's stuff, okay? Because I grew up off of that stuff, just like you guys, okay? So, without further ado, I got a lot of other things to say, but right now, let's get in there and let's see if we can have some luck. My buddy's rod holder is a little bit different than mine. I have to reach over his. His is more angled down than mine. So, I'm at a handicap. So I need for you guys to kind of work with me on this, okay? Let's pull on up. When I turn around full, you'll be able to see the marker. Okay? Now I'm running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 10-footers, and on the very ends I got the 9-footers. Okay. Now let me say something about this spot right here. You guys can see the marker up there right now. These crappie right here in front of this dock are kind of temperamental. They'll turn on, turn on, turn on, turn on, and all of a sudden they'll stop. Now in the mornings, some of you guys, if you're an avid crappie fisherman, you will know this. Sometimes you get out here, you're too early for these crappie. They won't bite until a certain time. Okay? And sometimes you could be too late, sometimes you could be too early. So let's pull up and let's see. If they're in the mood, they're moody crappie. Also, I'm not on the meat run today. Okay, I'm not on a meat run today, so I'll be tossing back. These crappie over here are generally in the 11s. They're in the 11s. So listen, you guys just sit back and enjoy. Just relax. Just don't listen to what I say. Okay? Just watch. Just watch. And I want to say this: if I can do this, anybody can do this. And I want to mention to you, I started to talk to you guys about the long rods. A lot of you guys are intimidated by long rods. Well, I don't need a rod that long. You'd be surprised. If you fish for crappie year round, you need a long rod because they're very, very versatile. Very versatile. So I can vertical jig with this pole. I can troll with this pole. You guys will see that coming up. And also I can spider rig with this pole. Okay? Now with a 6.6, all you can do is cast and retrieve with a 6.6. That's all you can do. These fish here are funny. Look at this. Look. Yank! Right at the marker. See what I'm talking about? Right at the marker. Now, you guys remember when you pull one up, remember you still got poles that are in the water that are on line. Okay? So don't forget about that. Don't turn your back. Because them crappie, it's almost like they sit there and they watch you turn your back. Okay? So, look at this. Look at this. Yank! Oh, come here. Look at this. See? See? This little rascal here just kind of got everything all in a tangled mess. Look at this. I wasn't even paying attention. I was looking over here. Let's see if I can get this one off real quick. He didn't make that much of a mess, so I should be able to get him off. Look at that. We got another bite over here to the left. We're going, and I want to mention this to you guys, so don't get mad at me. I've had you guys do this to me before. I'm not on a meat run today. I'm tossing back. Oh, he didn't make that much of a mess. Little 10.5-inch crappie. Okay, we're gonna let him go. One back in. And remember, look, I'm running to 1/32. This is the red. Okay, let's put him back in there. All of them seem to be relatively about the same size. This is 10.5, 10 3/4. We're gonna let him go too. Okay. Not on a meat run today. Let me pull out. I'm gonna pull out, get myself together, then I'm gonna come back in. I wanted to come on here and give you guys what just transpired on the water. October 12th. It is almost 1 p.m. We were on the water at about 7:15, 7:20. Me and my buddy Shelly. Shelly fishes somewhat longer than I do. He's still out there right now. I generally fish about 2 hours, and that's it. Okay, and I'm off the water. But then again, I go back in the evening, so I do 2 a day sometimes. All right. For those of you guys that don't know, this is my cutaway. My name is Cam, Cam's Crappie Hole YouTube Fishing, and I do these cutaways for my new people to give you the specs on everything what I'm using, so I can look you in your eyes and tell you exactly what's going on. This is very, 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 very simple stuff that I'm doing. Okay, I found several days ago that the fish were slowing up, dragging my bobbers. That's why I showed you the 1/16 and the plastics and Mr. October Gold and Mr. Goldfinger, but they didn't want a big meal. So I was scratching my head, and I had to go do a lot of homework on my channel to realize 2021, 2020, 21, 22, 23, I was catching spider rigging over there in these spots. So what did I do? I downsized. I'm gonna have the clip right up here so you can see it. I downsized from a 1/16 diesel built hook to a 1/32 nasty bin hook. Okay, guys, I want you to understand we have the sharpest crappie hooks in the world. Okay, so we increase your chances of landing that crappie in the boat by 300% because our hooks are just that sharp. You'll be able to see it on the video. And also on the video, you see me lose some because we were just catching small crappie, man. I was just out there having a good time. You're not going to be able to catch every fish that you hook into, but I promise you that your catch ratio will definitely increase. Okay, so this is Parker, and it's always good to fish with somebody, to have a fishing buddy, you know, in life. Some of you guys can count your fishing buddies on one hand. Okay, and that's always a good thing. But let me get back to what I was talking about. This time of the year, October, in the fall, you can catch crappie in many different ways. Okay, and let me tell you what I did. I pulled my spider rig up, went to a tree, and I downsized. Which, by the way, my next video, I'm going to downsize. I'm going to downsize, and I'm still going to be running minnows. Okay, but I'm going to run 2 poles as opposed to running 7 or 8. I want to show you this too. Guys, it's so important to have one of these 9 or 10 foot rods. It's so important to have one of these. Look at this. My rods are counterbalanced like this. Okay, this rod goes with this reel. Okay, so you can vertical jig with it, which I did some of that today. You can also spider rig with it. You can also troll with it. And listen, when you get a 6 foot, 6'2", or 6'6", all you can do is cast and retrieve with it, which I won't be doing anymore till spring. Okay, and before you know it, spring will be here. And listen, I'll also have the hyperlink right down there in case if you just want the rod. It comes with the rod and reel. But in our second store, Cam's Crappie Combos, and I'll have it right down there in the description, you can just purchase the rod if you just need a rod. Or if you need a reel to go with your favorite rod you already have, I got you covered. Matter of fact, I'm going to put the reel and the rod separate right down there in the description. If you want to try just my 9-footer or you want to try just my 10-footer, I'll put them down there. Okay? All of them come with free shipping. All of them come with free shipping. Okay? So, again, boy, these rascals just having a good time. The weather done cooled off. Look, they just running everywhere. I downsized to my nasty bin 1/32 number 2 hook in different colors: hot pink, grape, black, white, candy red. If you want the John Deere green, you want the powder blue. Listen, I have 15 or 19? 16, 19 pages just in jig heads. Okay, huge collection. Plus, we custom make them for you when you order. Okay, but listen, without further ado, let's get back to fishing. And guys, if you have any questions, reach me. Also, I'm on TikTok Shop. You can do all your shopping on TikTok Shop now. Okay, and please do me that favor, hit that thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button. Make sure that bell is clicked because guys, they're going to start biting tonight. Okay, the crappie are getting bigger. So please get out there, take your family out there. Listen, if I can catch fish like this, you can do it too. Very simple stuff to do. It's your boy Cam's Crappie Hole, YouTube Fishing. Let's get back to it. Okay, so that was on a grape. That was purple. Okay, and this one was white, 1/32. And the other one that you saw just put back in, that was red. That was candy red. And listen, I want to mention this to you while I got you guys here. This rod holder is a little bit funny. I custom make, when you order my nasty bin hooks or you order my diesel built hooks, I custom make them for you. Okay? So we're very serious about our shipping time. Okay? We always ship because I got to make your jig heads for you. In that 7 to 10 working days, you'll get them. We ship out 96.6% on time. And listen, I get that you want your stuff immediately. So does everybody else in the country too that order. So fall, guys, is the best time to catch your crappie because the water temperature is down. Now it's 70 degrees this morning. Okay? So get on out there, man. Take the kids out there and fish. Okay, here's that purple. That's that grape. When I do the cutaway, you'll be able to see it. Man, I done drifted right back in here. Let me get me another minnow. And when you pull up, just leave it alone. Don't touch it. Some crappie may be more active than others. which means sometimes when you pull up, you gotta just chill for a little bit. They see you, and that minnow may say the wrong thing while he's down there to that crappie, and they get into a fight. Just sit down, just relax. Look, look. Yank! See? Yank! See what I'm talking about? Guys, if I can do this, anybody can do this. I'm not doing anything. I'm almost like I'm sitting on a bucket, just waiting for that fish to hit. That's all I'm doing. Now this is 11, this is about 11 and a half. No, this is about 11. Boy, we got him down in the gill. Look, that nasty bent hook, ask anybody that uses my hooks. Okay, look, you don't know Cam, but ask one of your buddies that has ordered my nasty bent hooks. Ask them how sharp those hooks are. Boy, this fall bite has really become ugly because these crappie are just literally swallowing these hooks. I'm gonna go into further detail when we do a cutaway, but I dropped down from a 1/16 size jig head to a lighter jig head, a 1/32. Okay, they wanted a smaller print in the water. Okay, they weren't interested in a big print. Okay, so try that. If you're struggling, you're not getting any bites, try downsizing a little bit. Okay, if you're running plastics, try downsizing to a 1.5 versus a 2-inch. Okay, a lot of times, guys, listen, I understand you want to stay with what you want, but you got to remember something. If your temperatures are up and down, and you're going from hot to cold, and that water temperature is changing, your crappie are going to change. And when your crappie change, they may want a different type of bite. I'm telling you, you're going to have to try something different versus sitting out there for 3-4 hours and only catching one crappie. Try it. Okay, the only thing that beats a failure is a try. Now I'm gonna say this too. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Yank! That rascal there took off really quick. Let me tell you this. That's off the pink. Some of you guys, look at this. Look, look, look. Oh, we missed him. We missed him. Now I'm gonna tell you another way that you can fish this spot. You can back up. Okay, if you know where the fish are, you got them down there, you can back out, drop your anchor. Man, I'm going back too far. Drop your anchor, and you can use a bobber, a cork, and your minnow, and you can catch right here. You can do that. Let me show this one to you. Let's see what color. That's that hot pink. I don't know if you guys see that. I'll go over the colors when I do a cutaway. That's a 10.5-inch crappie. We're gonna let him go. We're not keeping today. Over the last 3-4 weeks, guys, I've cleared probably 500 crappie. Let's put him back. Okay, so that was off the hot pink. So some of the colors, let's go over the colors again, what I'm running. Hot pink, candy red, purple or grape, whichever one you want to call it, white, and I'm also running black. I also have a John Deere green, I got a powder blue. Guys, you just got to go through my webpage and just look at all. Listen, if you still think that you're running 1/32, I'm sorry, 1/16, and you want to stay with 1/16, run a 1/16. That's your thing. I got the same colors in the 1/16, and I got the same colors in the 1/8. Whatever you decide to do. If you're fishing in 30 feet of water and you need a little bit of a heavier jig, go with a 1/8. It'll get you down there a little bit faster. You don't want to sit there with a 1/32 and you're fishing in 30 feet of water. Okay? 1/32, it'll take you 2 hours to get that minnow down there. You don't want to do that. But right here, I'm only fishing 9 feet of water, but they're suspended at 6 feet. So let me say this while I'm on this subject. Somebody will come up to you and they say, well, you know, how deep were you fishing? How deep were the crappie? The crappie, I was fishing, I'm fishing in 9 feet of water, but the crappie are suspended at about 6.5. So understand you got to be able to differentiate between the two. Don't get thrown off. 80%. Now I want you guys to remember this. Now think back. I've been catching crappie all year long. Look at this. Yank! Why do I call it? Ooh. Look at this. Look, 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 look. Oh, we missed him. Oh, man. They're biting over here. They're biting. Look at this. Look, look, look. Yank! This is why we call them yank sticks. Look at this. That's a nicer crappie. You got my other one. You got my other one. Look at this. Got another one. Look. Yank! Oh, we missed that one. Dude, we are getting hot over here. We are getting hot. I'm gonna have to call my buddy Shelly, tell him to come over here. Look at this one. See what I was talking about? Let me back up a little bit because I'm in the spot. I'm in the hot zone, and I'm not quite ready yet. Let me back up a little bit. Let me get out, and let me get myself together. Your grandmama ever told you? Look at this. Look, look, look. Oh man, man, oh man, oh man. Man, they're biting. Man, they are biting. Hey, listen, your grandmama ever tell you, son, you got to get yourself together. That's what I got to do. Let me show this one to you. See, that's 11, that right there is 11 and a half. That's a nice crappie. That's a perfect eating size crappie right there. Perfect eating size crappie. We're going to let him go. So listen, let me turn around and talk to you guys for a little bit. When you are going to throw the crappie back, it doesn't really matter if you look. They're biting way out here. It doesn't really matter if you miss a couple or two or not, because you're gonna throw them back anyway. And again, remember what I told you guys? Look, we just pulled up, right? Just pulled up. Just pulled up. If you want to back out and use a bobber, okay, and just have a good time and chop it up with your buddy, you can do that, okay? Look, look, look. Oh man, we missed. Look at this. Look. Good night. Man, they robbing me. Look at this. Look, 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 look. Look, look, look. They're crappie too. They're crappie too. They're crappie. You gotta be fast. Guys, this is a great way to end the segment. Look, 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 look. Oh, we missed him. We missed him. We missed him. We missed him. This is a great way to end the segment. Look, look, look. They are hot. They are hot over here. They are truly hot. Look at this. Look, look, one more, one more. Oh, Cam, you missed him. You missed him. Look, they're not as big, okay? But guys, this is a boatload of action. Okay, and that's what you want to do, especially if you got kids with you. Especially if you got kids with you. And listen, don't worry about it. You're going to miss a few. Look, 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 look. I can't even grab that one. I can't even grab that one. Yank, look, I can't even grab that one. Look, don't worry about what size they are. You just get out there, man, and you have fun. Let me tell you this. There are always different ways that you can catch your limit, okay? So if you're sitting around, you're waiting for 5 or 6 big ones, but you done threw back 15, 16, 17 of these small ones, man, a fish fry is a fish fry. Okay, listen, till next time, guys, this is your boy Cam. Look at this little baby. The minnow is bigger than the fish. Till next time, guys, keep those hooks wet, keep those lines tight. Look, you can hear the excitement in my voice. And we'll see you on the next turn. Yank!